why a quality of life update needs to be the next GTA Online DLC. Earlier this week, we got news that 2017 for GTA Online was the best year ever. They had the most amount of players, they had the most amount of shark cards sold, and they made the most amount of money that they've ever made. And because of that, they announced, Take-Two and Rockstar, that they are going to be continually updating the game, and they have many more future DLCs planned. Now, since that's the case, in this video, I'm going to be talking about why a quality of life DLC should be the next one. If they truly plan on continuing GTA Online's lifespan, and they truly want people to play the game and not only play it for a week or two and then get bored or frustrated, this needs to be their next update. Most of us that have been playing the game since the beginning, we're like the hardcore gamers, right? I don't think much can take us away or take us out of the game. Like, we'll still play GTA Online regardless of what happens. But the casual sort of players, the people who play the game or see like a flashy update and they go back and play it or something, those are the type of people that this update, this sort of quality of life update, would I think really, really impact. Because, and this is the case for me, this probably is the case for a lot of you guys, especially now, 4 years or 5 years after the game's been out, whenever your friends, or whenever you try and get your friends to come play GTA Online, they may play it for a couple of days, but then they get bored because they don't want to grind. They don't want to have to buy 20 different properties just to make money. And not even a lot of money, just enough money to buy one car. And then that doesn't include all the research hours they'd have to do if they wanted an oppressor with missiles, or there's just a lot of things that can discourage a new player to the game. I mean, one of my friends got the game, or he finally loaded into online. He was like level 2 or something. I swear, he got bombarded every second with a notification or a phone call from an NPC. And he's like, what is going on? He almost quit right then and there, but I was like, look, you just got to keep hitting B or whatever. Hopefully they'll stop. And, we enjoyed ourselves, but he's like, I'm not going to play this because I don't have anything. And there's no option unless I, get a modded account or something, or have a modder spawn money on me. There's just no option for me because I'm going to literally have to grind so hard. And for us who have been playing the game for a while, we've already done that, right? We've grinded over the course of years. That kind of sounds wrong, but you guys get what I'm saying. Like, we've done the missions over time, and we just have accumulated money and have accumulated all these properties, all these cars and stuff. So for us, it doesn't matter as much. But for, like I said, the new players, that's the people that, it sucks. They don't get into the game as much as we're into the game, us hardcore players. So what would be in a quality of life update? I'm not going to go through everything that could be, because, geez, that video would actually be an hour long. I'm sure if you guys want, you can let us know, or let me know in the comment section, and maybe Rockstar sees this video and reads some of these things. But a few things I'm going to point out. The first one, talking about those contact notifications and contact calls. And this even still applies to me. And I mean, I have everything, like all the properties in the game. But there should be a way to opt out of those contact notifications or calls, because they get annoying. I understand why they're in the game, right? Because they want to notify new players of what's available. But at a certain point, it's like, dude, Ron, I know there's a hangar, or I know my stuff's not full, or LJT, I get it. My cocaine business is failing. I don't care. At a certain point, they just get very annoying. And you get bombarded with them. Now, I think there may be a way in the settings to, like, limit them, but they still come through. So if there was a way, maybe you'd have to play for, like, an hour or something, and then you get the option to turn them off. That's something that should be in the game, because it, honestly, to a new player, it's overwhelming, and to a old veteran player, that's whatever, it's just annoying. So that's like one of the main things I think should be in some sort of quality of life update. Another thing, and this is for us players who have been playing for a while and have accumulated all these properties, there should be a way for us to sell that real estate, even if it's only to get 50% back. I understand why they don't want us to sell the Pegasus vehicles that we've purchased, because a lot of us purchased them when we had billions of dollars back from the billionaire days on the Xbox 360. But a lot of the properties most of us bought with legit money, and I want to sell them. I don't want to have 15 properties or whatever. I mean, I have a cocaine place that never gets used. I would like to sell that. I have a weed factory, never gets used. I'd like to sell that. I mean, the list goes on, right? I have all these apartments, which I never use, and I could totally consolidate. Now, granted, they do come with like the 10-car garages and stuff, which are nice, but I could put a lot of those vehicles in my office garage. Just stuff like that, I think we should be able to sell them. And like I said, if you don't want us to get the full refund back, give us like 50%. I'm totally fine with that, because we did get use out of them. So it's not like they were worthless, but they're worthless now to a lot of people, and I want to get some of that money so I can spend it on future DLC stuff. And I guess sort of a side note on the whole property stuff, there really should be a way to clean your office, your CEO office. It may have been a cool idea initially to have all of this stuff spawn in your office when you acquired more money and all that, but like at a certain point, that novelty wears off and it just gets in the way and it gets annoying. I would really like to have the option to maybe go to somewhere in my office or in my MC club or whatever and hit like clean. Hell, charge me, $1,000 or something, and give me the option to like turn that stuff on or off, basically. Like clean up so it puts it away, or put it back so it puts it all out. You could tie that in with the maid system that's already in the game. But that's some stuff that that's just little things that I think should be added. Some other stuff, and this one is pretty major to the gameplay, but weaponized vehicles and their insurance. Honestly, what should be done is they should remove weaponized vehicles from the insurance, or not from the insurance list, but if you blow up someone's weaponized vehicle, you should not have to pay. It should work the exact same way the hangar system works, where the person who is in the weaponized vehicle just pays $1,000. I know that's not ideal, but that's a mechanic already in the game, and $1,000 isn't anything special, right? That's easy money. You can rob a store and get $3,000. And when it comes to insurance on normal cars, I think the insurance should actually be doubled. And the reason that is because back in the day when insurance and all this was new, it was fine, because rarely was your personal vehicle getting destroyed. But in today's day and age of GTA Online, where everyone has a weaponized vehicle or a vehicle that can explode your vehicle, your normal vehicles will get destroyed, seems like every couple of minutes, unless you're in passive mode. I mean, if you think about it, one of the few ways, or the best way to actually get around in GTA Online is by using an armored vehicle. But they have all these cool vehicles that come out. The most recent example, the Camacho, that isn't armored, and I would like to drive that around without being in passive mode. But if I do, 100% I'm getting blown up by a jetpack, or a Deluxo, or an Oppressor, or a Hydra, or a Akula, or a Hunter. The list goes on. And I feel like if they were to double the insurance that people had to pay on those normal non-armored vehicles, then maybe they wouldn't blow me up as often. They probably still would, but at least it would penalize them more. So I think the insurance stuff should be balanced and should be fixed according to the way GTA Online works at the moment. Another thing that should be toned down, the freaking NPCs. We all know this, alright? The NPCs are insane. When they first started in GTA Online, they were horrible, man. Those NPCs were bad. I don't know what happened. They are gods now. They don't miss. I mean, look at this little example. This is a little clip from someone on Reddit. He basically, even in slow motion, his health goes to 0 in like a second. Not even. It's super, super quick. There's nothing he could have done in that clip to save him. That should not be in the game. I don't know if that's a glitch, if that's intentional or what, but that shouldn't be happening. So tweaking the NPCs, toning them down a little bit, should help a lot of people from getting frustrated and quitting the game. And then the last thing this one is the most important because we have all these businesses, because we have all of these ways to make money. There should be more phone apps. And what these apps should do is give us the option to check on our businesses. Maybe if they don't want us or maybe if they don't want to allow us to refill our stock and stuff from our phone, that's fine. We'd have to go back. But if we could at least just see where our stock's at, what's happening with it, that would make life so much easier. Because if you have a bunker or something up in the north of the map and you're down in the city, to check your stuff, you're going to have to go all the way up north and then see what's happening. Then you're going to have to go all the way back to the city to get back in the action or whatever. And honestly, for me, I've stopped using the gun running stuff, my bunker, because it's up by Fort Zancudo, and I rarely ever go up there. Same with the hangar, because I don't feel like going up there every, 30 minutes or whatever to replenish the stock. But if I could check the stock from my phone to see, oh, okay, my stuff's winding down, let me make my way over there, it would just be much more efficient, and I think the gameplay would just be a lot better because I would actually plan on going to my bunker, maybe hitting up my hangar or something, and then working my way around. I could come up with a game plan to know, all right, this is when this is running out, this is when this is running out, instead of just guessing and not knowing, because I would have to go all the way to my bunker. Because the worst thing you would do is you go all the way to your bunker, but then your stuff still, like, it still has supplies, and you're like, well, I just drove up here for nothing. Guess I gotta wait again. So having some more phone apps that allowed us to do stuff like that would be super, super awesome. And another one, this is a little mock-up screenshot someone made. Why can't we deposit money from our phone? I really feel like this should be a thing. I mean, just some other example apps. You have like an iFruit app. You could make that an app on the phone. I mean, if you guys want, you guys can come up with some really cool apps or app ideas that they could implement into the game. But those are just some things that I think should be in a quality of life update. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Like I said, I didn't want this video to be super long. I know it was fairly long already, but if I went on even further with what could be in a quality of life update, then this video would actually be an hour long, because there's a ton of stuff that should be fixed that are just like some small things. But anyway, hopefully something gets done. I know we've asked for this stuff like many times, but I feel like this would actually be beneficial for Rockstar, because it would encourage people, or it would get new people to play the game, which means more shark card money. They're new players. If they get attached, if they get into the game, if they get hooked, they're going to be like all of us and be like, oh man, I want that car. I want this car. I want that plane, that helicopter. So that's just this little video on the quality of life update. Anyway, thank you all for watching. If you did like it, if you like this idea, please drop the video a like, share it with people, share it with Rockstar. More people that see it, the better chances we get something done in the game. But anyway, that is going to do it for me. So thank you all, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.